Yep. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to go live.
Ooh, he's in his bag.
What's going on, good people? What's going on, good people? Welcome in. When y'all get up in here, man, make sure y'all let me know in the chat that you are here. I want to be able to address you properly. And when you come in, don't be rude, because I know your grandmother taught you better than to go into somebody's house and not speak when you come in, man. So when y'all get in the live, man, make sure y'all let me know that y'all are in here. Say what's going on, how y'all feeling. It is Friday. So I want to start a little bit of a new segment. Today is going to be Faith Focus Finish Fridays. All right, Faith Focus Finish Fridays. I'm going to be teaching a couple of different principles that I've learned throughout my life. My goal is to help you get in your bag so you don't have to chase a bag. And if y'all know anything about me, what my goal and anytime I speak is to be a tangible speaker, meaning I want to make sure that I give you something that you can walk away with. So it feels like, yo, I went to a workshop, I went to a leadership event, I went to a conference, or I read a book, or I read a workbook or something like that that would actually help you to that you can actually implement in your life. Give me 1 second. I want to load up one more live stream over here. If I can find where's it? See that phone? Yeah. There we go. While we waiting, y'all, make sure y'all tap that. Make sure if you on TikTok, I want you to go ahead and tap that screen for your boy. I want you to tap that screen for your boy if you are on TikTok. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Building lasting relationships. Let's do it. Do it. We are building relationships. Listen, so this is going to be, y'all know what my philosophy is. I'm helping youth and young adults transition efficiently into the next phase of their life. By providing them essential skills and resources through interactive workshops. Dang it, I almost had it down, but I just don't have it down. I just don't have it memorized yet. And I got to have that memorized because I got to record a video and put it in a Facebook group. But I want you to send this to a young person, send this to somebody who's in middle school, send this to somebody who's in high school, who's in college, send this to a youth or a young adult, anybody between the ages of 30 and 15. Anybody between the ages of 30 and 15. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling? Again, let me know you in here. I'm going to start off by talking about relationships. One of the biggest things. Hey, what's up, Joy? Thank you so much. It was a pleasure seeing you yesterday and speaking for you. So one of the things that's super important, right? I think we've all heard this saying before, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to say it the way that I believe is wrong that people say, but I'm going to say it how people say it. It's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Wrong. The saying should be, it's not just what you know, it's also who you know. It's not just what you know, it's also who you know. Because you can know as many people as you want, but if you don't know anything, they don't care that you know them, right? So make sure that you are filling yourself with some sort of information. And I want to give y'all a story, quick story. So when I was in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, I decided to put together this event, and it was a comedy event. And I asked this girl, you know what I'm saying, because I was like, man, she's eye candy, you know what I'm saying. So I thought it would be good to have her as a host with me. I was like, I mean, they don't just want to see me; they want to, support women and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, let me get this woman who's going to come onto the show and she's going to help me. And so what I did was I told her, I said, all I need you to do is I need you to help me sell these tickets. I didn't tell her how much I was paying the comedians. I didn't tell her how much the venue space was going to cost. All I told her was that I need you to help me sell these tickets. Okay. Now, I think the comedians cost somewhere around like $500 to $600. And I think the venue itself cost somewhere around $800. So a total of about $1,500. And then I also had to pay for the tickets to get printed. I had to pay for them to get designed. I had to pay for different marketing, all of those different, the little things, the, food, snacks, all of that stuff. So altogether, I'm in this event for about $2,000. $2,000, man. And this is when I just started. So I ain't really, I ain't really know nothing about nothing. But what they say is you got to spend money to make money. All right. You got to spend money to make money. In the beginning of anything entrepreneurial wise, in the beginning of any journey, most likely you are going to lose some money in order for you to start getting to the point where you actually start making some money. And so the event is going on. At this time, I'm in the insurance business and I'm selling and I'm making $1,000 a day. And I would go out for 17 days at a time, come back with $17,000. So I knew and I was confident that if at any point in time, we fell short on the money because of the ticket sales, I would be able to make up for it. And so that's basically what I told her. I said, hey, don't worry about trying to, figure out how much everything costs. Just help me sell the tickets. If we just focus on selling the tickets, we'll be good. Anything that falls short, I got it. Don't worry about it. Here comes the day of the show. The day of the show, my comedians came up from the DMV. Shout out to Paris. Shout out to Rollo Boykins, Paris Sachet, Rollo Boykins, and shout out to Omar. They came up and they did their thing. And it was time to pay the comedians. And I wanted to make sure that I paid the comedians prior to the actual event starting. I wanted to make sure that I paid my comedians prior to the event starting. And so I'm getting, my money from my ticket sales and I'm breaking them out. Boom, here you go. Boom, here you go. And so she's right here next to me and I'm like, yo, where's the money from the tickets that you sold so we can pay them? And she looked at me with this blank stare. And you could almost feel the disappointment. And she looked at me with a straight face and said, oh, you wanted that? Well, that's why I was asking you how much was everything going to cost, because I would have gave you some of it. And my heart dropped immediately because I thought in that moment, you would have gave me some of it. I don't understand why you wouldn't give me all of it. Ma'am, that's not your money. And what in you made you think that was your money? But in that moment, I couldn't fold. I couldn't allow my comedians to see me in distress. I looked at my boy Omar because I had known him the longest. I didn't know Paris Sachet, and I didn't know Rollo, that well. And so I made sure that they got paid. But I looked at my boy Omar and I said, hey, bro, I got some, some money in the bank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of you after the show. That's cool. We played basketball together. You know what I'm saying? So we good. But after the show was over, I looked at her and I said, hey, what happened? Like, what did you do with the money? She said, I used that money as a down payment for my car. Oh, help me. Help me. Nigga. Help me. She used my money for a down payment for her car. Now, my question to each and every one of you all is, was she wrong for using the money as a down payment for the car, or was I wrong for not communicating with her? This is where accountability comes into place, y'all. One of the biggest lessons that I ever had to learn about relationships and about people is that one of the biggest mistakes that we make is thinking that everybody lives by the same principle. And I go Can I go a little bit deeper? I hit the wrong button. Can I go a little bit deeper? One of the biggest mistakes that we make is thinking that everybody lives by the same principle. Not everybody was raised like you were. Not everybody has the same type of morals and character and values that you possess. Not everybody communicates the same exact way. And so I'm learning along this journey, but I just didn't think, I assumed that she would know. I mean, if you're going to the mall and I say, hey, can you return this shirt for me? Man, this shirt was too big. Since you're going, can you return this? I don't tell you what to do with the money that they're going to give you back, but I'm assuming that you know that you're not supposed to spend that money. That you're not supposed to spend that money. But that was on me. What's going on, y'all? If y'all tapping in, man, make sure y'all let me know that you tapping in. But that was on me. So I did the event, did the show, and again, now I got to ask myself, was I wrong for not communicating with her? Was I wrong for not telling her what to do with the money? I mean, accountability on my part says, yo, I was 100% wrong. Dooley, what's good, bro? Accountability says I was 100% wrong. We cannot make the mistake of thinking that everybody lives by the same values and the same principles and the same morals that we live by, particularly if we do not communicate those morals, values to those other people. When I was in Uniontown, I was in the insurance business, and I told you I was doing extremely well. My man Abdul was in the insurance business, and he's one of the people who got me into the insurance business because I saw how well he was doing. My man Dooley popped out with that Mercedes, and I was like, ooh. I was like, Dooley, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, bro, how you get that? How you get that? And he told me he was in the insurance business. And so I got in the insurance business, and I was doing so well. And I just wanted to share. I wanted to share how well I was doing with other people. And I was getting frustrated that the people that I was sharing this information, this valuable information, this knowledge with, they just weren't getting it. And I said to myself, man, I'm just trying to figure out. And I had gotten so frustrated. Hey, what's up, Auntie? I had gotten so frustrated to the point where I went to church one day, and y'all know how sometimes when you need to hear a message, don't it seem like the pastor be like in your thoughts sometimes? Don't it seem like the pastor will look at you, what's going on, Ray High? Don't it seem like sometimes when you need a message and you go to church and you ain't been in a little while, it seems like that pastor just throw you a message and you like, dang, pastor, you must have been in my thoughts. What was happening? I'm going to paraphrase because I can't remember exactly what the pastor said, but the pastor said, you are trying to show them the gift and the blessing that I have shown you, but they will not see it, for the blessing was meant for you, not for them. Oh my gosh. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen in the comments, please? You are trying to show them something that I have specifically laid out for you, and you're wondering why they aren't seeing it. It's because it wasn't meant for them. This was meant for you. And that was the hardest lesson that I've ever had to learn in life, was that you can't take everybody with you. What I want to do is I want to help y'all develop some of these great relationships, right? We gotta practice developing great relationships. And my boys is on here from college, so they can attest to this. When I was in college, I thought it was very important to develop amazing relationships. 2 relationships in particular. I developed 2 relationships in college, particularly, that helped me throughout my college career. And I didn't know how powerful these relationships were until I was able to see the benefit that I had from having these 2 types of relationships. The 2 types of relationships that I developed was, number 1, I developed a great relationship with the head of security. With the head of security, all of the other security officers that were on campus, I developed a relationship with them because I knew we like to party, we like to have fun, we like to go out. And the one thing that our coaches said to us was, make sure y'all don't get in trouble, because if you get in trouble on campus, it's going to be some consequences and repercussions to pay, and you may not play on Saturday. So I wanted to make sure that if I was out at a house party on campus and I'm having a good time and security busts in the door, they looking at me and everybody else and all of the players. And when you're on a small campus in a small town and you're an athlete, everybody knows you. Everybody knew who Ray High was. Everybody knew who Abdul was. Everybody knew who Jeff Young was. Everybody knew who especially in a PWI, at a predominantly white institution, and you're black and you're tall and you got long hair, or, you know what I'm saying, if you're just black in general, they know who you are. And so everybody knew who I was, right? And so when security would break down the parties and stuff like that, they would go in and they'd say, everybody in trouble, man, everybody in trouble, y'all causing a ruckus. And they would look at me and they would go, hey, Jeff, you good, man. Go ahead and go out the back door, man. Don't even worry about that. And I learned the power of relationships that day. Y'all, what's going on, y'all? I learned the power of relationships that day. Let me tell you how crazy good this relationship was, because I was just a good person. 5 years later, I go back to a homecoming game. I'm meeting some of the alumni. We're going back to a homecoming game. The speed limit is 25 going into town, and I'm doing probably about 35 to 40 or something like that. I get pulled over by the police. I get pulled over by the police. They get my ID, my registration, my insurance. They radio in and they say, yeah, we got this guy here, man. He's coming down. He was speeding. And then the head of security, who was still there, radioed into the police and said, I know that guy. You should let him go. But just tell him to stop speeding. Man, oh my goodness, the power of relationships, man, is so strong. And I carried that relationship throughout the whole school year. I developed a good relationship with the police that was in the area for moments and instances just like that. A lot of people try to look at these authority figures and the police officers and security as negative. No, they're human just like us. So what I tried to do was I tried to develop a good relationship with them. So if at any point in time I found myself in a little pickle, you know what I'm saying? They can help me out of a jam and out of the situation. So that's number one, great relationship. Listen, if you're a college student, if you're ever on campus, I need you to develop a good relationship with security. Relationship number two that I developed a good relationship with. I hope y'all still with me. Number two is the lunch lady, Miss Janice. Hey, Ray, hi. You remember Miss Janice at the front? Miss Janice at the front. Now, listen, these meal plans at college is super expensive. They are about $10,000 a semester, $20,000 for the whole year for three of the most disgustingest meals that you will ever taste in your entire life. And after my sophomore year, I realized that I could not afford that meal plan. And so what I did was I developed a great relationship with the lunch lady. Her name was Miss Janice. And what I would do is I would smooth Miss Janice over every single time I came into the cafeteria, man. I would go up in that joint talking real nice to Miss Janice. Hey, Miss Janice, how you doing? Oh, my goodness, you looking so lovely today. How you doing? How's the family? Family is doing good. And them kids, Miss Janice, you know, them kids, boy, they something else, right? And I would just talk nice to her and she would just say, so Jeff, what you doing here, Jeff? And I would just tell him, I would say, listen, you know, I wanted to go in there, you know, and sit and eat, you know, with my teammates and my friends and stuff, but you know, I don't have no meal plan. And she would just look around to make sure her boss wasn't watching. And she'd say, Jeff, just act like you scanned something and then just come on in, okay? Just come on in, Jeff. And so I would act like I scanned a meal plan, but I didn't really have no meal plan. And I would go in and I had free meals for almost 2 years, y'all. I had free meals for almost 2 years because I would smooth Miss Janice over. It got so much to the point. I mean, I would literally, Miss Janice, hey, Dooley, you know about Miss Janice, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Janice, yo. I would literally, man, I'd bring Miss Janice some flowers, you know what I'm saying? And I'd come up that joint, man, and I ain't even need a meal plan because Miss Janice was my lady. That was my lady. Miss Janice loved her some Jeff. Man, made her smile every single day with them old rude kids walking into the joint. Man, hurry up. Look at this line. Why it's taking so long? This food probably nasty. I was just grateful that I was getting food because I couldn't afford it. I was grateful that I was getting food. Y'all be out here trying to build relationships with the wrong people. You got to build relationships with the people who got some power and who got some authority and who can get you into places that you normally couldn't get into, man. If y'all with me, just say, I'm with you. If y'all with me, just say, I'm with you. Listen, it's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. After I tell you about the relationships that I've built throughout my life, I'm going to teach you all how to build great relationships. All right. I'm going to teach y'all how to build great relationships and why these relationships are so important, man. And here's one of the things that I'm going to encourage too. Right. I heard a young lady say, she said this. She said this so eloquent the other day when we were in training. You know how people say I have resting something face. I got resting something face, right? I don't want to say the word, but you know, they say I got resting face. And so she basically just said, dang it, I can't remember what she said. She said, my face, I have an emotionless face. I have an emotionless face. And it's not that I'm not paying attention. It's just that sometimes I just have an emotionless face. And so I was like, yo, that was so well said. I've read this book is from Michael Strahan, and it's called Wake Up Happy. If y'all haven't read that book by Michael Strahan, I would encourage you. What's going on, Juice? I would encourage you to read that book. It's called Wake Up Happy. And what Michael Strahan taught me in that book was when he goes and he was doing the Kelly and Kelly and Michael show, he said he would go in and he would make sure that he spoke to everybody. And because he wanted to make sure that everybody knew how much he appreciated them, even if they didn't have a huge role, but they did have some sort of role in the making of this show. Here's what I'm encouraging y'all, man. When you walk into your office, be sunshine, be joy. Y'all know those people who come into the office and you like, oh man, here they come. And or like those people when you got your door open and you looking out and you got that and you see them park and you go, let me go shut my door, because I don't even want them to come into my office and say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want them to come into my office and say nothing to me. Like y'all, we all know those people, right? That's how I was raised. That's why I cringe when people enter my lives and don't speak. Man, it's rude, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Yo, I'm for real. I'm for real, man. Some people, they'll suck the life out of the room. And you see those people coming and you just be like, nah, let me go ahead and shut my office door because I don't even want them to speak to me. I don't even want them to say something. I don't even want them to say anything to me. I can't stand those people that come to the job every single day and complain about the job that they have chosen to do every single day. Those people who come, oh my gosh, I hate this job. I don't even like this job. And then you ask them how they doing and then they go, I'm here. That's not an answer. Oh, it make me so mad. That's not an answer. When somebody asks you how you doing, stop saying, oh, I'm here. We know you here. We can see you. We ain't ask you where you were. We ask how you doing. We genuinely want to know, how are you doing? That's the reason why we ask. If we wanted to know where you were, we would have asked you, where are you? Those people that come into work, oh, another day, another dollar. I don't know about you, but I make way more than $1 when I go into any business, when I go into any endeavor. I'm making way more than $1. It's not another day, another dollar. It's another day, another $1 million. It's another day, another $1,000. It's another day, another $100,000, right? Like we call them things into existence. Low vibrational energy, man. Oh my goodness, man. It's toxic. Low vibrational energy. Y'all ever heard of this thing called emotional contagion? Where somebody else try to get you pissed off about something that they pissed off about and you're not even pissed off about it? Let me say it again. You ever had somebody try to get you pissed off about something that they pissed off about and you're not even pissed off about it? I went to Pizza Hut one day and this dude, he ordered a little personal pan pizza. And he walked in the joint. He got his order. He was getting his order out the door. I was on my way to pick up my order in the door. It wasn't ready yet, so I had to wait a couple minutes. He walked out the door, came back in, and was like, "Yo, man, there ain't enough meat on here, man. How come y'all ain't put more meat on this joint?" It was like, I mean, it's just how much meat we put on the pizza. Come on, I don't know what to do. Like, what you want to do? He said, man, usually when I get this, man, I get way more food. I get way more meat on this pizza, man. I need y'all to put more, man, make me another one, put some more meat on that joint. And so the person working at the Pizza Hut, they decided to make him another pizza. I would have made him another pizza. You just had to leave. But they obliged and just made him another pizza. And then he looked at me. He's like, man, that's some bullshit, ain't it, man? Man, don't you hate when restaurants do you like that? I was like, they never do me like that, sir. They'll never do me like that. He over here trying to get me mad. You know what I'm saying? At his order. First off, sir, why you order that little small pizza? Nobody told you to order that little baby pizza. How much meat you want them to put on a pizza is this big? How much meat you want them to put on the joint, man? Stop allowing people to get you mad about stuff that you're not even mad about. People will literally try to get you mad at stuff that you're not even mad about. You don't even got no reason to be mad. Man, don't you hate when people, man, you know what I'm saying? Don't you hate when people do? Nah, I don't. I don't. I'm usually pretty good in that area. Relationships are going to be something that is going to help accelerate your process. I'm gonna give y'all another story. I had one of my clients. She's 16 years old. She wanted help completing her resume, and we were completing the resume. And at the bottom, it's a 16-year-old resume, and so she's not going out for jobs that would actually ask for references much. But I told her, I said, we're just going to put down at the bottom, contact for references. And I said, do you have any references? She said, what's that? I said, oh, it's basically people that can talk good about your character and about the work that you would do, that you could potentially do at this job. She said, nah, I don't really have none of those. I said, what about at school? You don't got nobody at school that you like? Nobody at school that you've built a good relationship with? She's like, nah, I don't really like them teachers, Mrs. Jeff. I don't really talk to them teachers, Mrs. Jeff. I said, okay. Well, you just got done working the job. What about the boss at the job? Oh, Mr. Jeff, I don't really mess with her like that. She ain't like, okay. Okay. Pause. Paul, time out. Can I get a timeout? You're going to need relationships. You can't live this life on your own independently, thinking that you're going to be able to do everything on your own. No person in this world is 100% self-made. There's always been someone who's given an opportunity to allow them to get where they are. They've built and they've cultivated amazing relationships and made amazing opportunities with people, which has allowed them to be successful. If you're young and you're looking to get into the workforce, the best thing that you can do is build healthy relationships with people who can help get you to where it is that you're trying to get to. But the issue that I see way too many times is that they just trying to I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to do it on my own. Y'all ever hear that story about the horses? Y'all ever hear that story about the horses? One of these horses alone could pull 10,000 pounds of weight. One horse alone could pull 10,000 pounds of weight. But if you put two horses together, they can pull 30,000 pounds of weight. Think about that. One horse alone could pull 10,000, but two horses together could pull 30,000. That means each horse is pulling an additional 5,000 pounds of weight just because they decided to do it together. Y'all, you got to decide to do it together, man. You got to build you some great relationships. I built a relationship with a woman from this GED place that I was teaching. This GED place that I was teaching, and I got to get the name of those horses, but this GED place that I was teaching, I built a great relationship with this woman. She introduced me to this guy. This guy actually is now a 6-time Emmy Award winning videographer and photographer and does amazing work in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His name is Ame Alaquiva. And I had an opportunity to build an amazing relationship with him. And he actually got me some auditions for voiceover acting, for an Amazon commercial, for a Google commercial, and all of these different things. And it happened because I built amazing relationships. There is power in relationships. There's power in proximity. You got to get next to the people who you desire to be like. Man, I was mind blown when I heard this thing. And they said, think about the 5 people that you associate with the most. Think about the 5 people. I want you to look in your phone when you get a chance and think about the 5 people that you talk to the most. Text message, and they could be family, friends, anybody, associates, acquaintances. Anybody, think about the 5 people that you talk to the most. And they said, I guarantee your income looks just like theirs, 20% up or 20% down. And so I had to take inventory of my relationships. And I had to say to myself, wow, I'm not associating with the people that I desire to associate with. I'm not associating with the people that I desire to be like. I'm not associating with the people. What are some tips to approach individuals you aspire to build a relationship with? Oh, okay. All right. Dooley said, go into it right now. I'm gonna go into it right now. Here's some tips in order to help you all build. Yeah, Clydesdale horse. There you go. Yes, that's the Clydesdale horse. Yes, that's it. What are some tips? So if I want to build a relationship, so I'm gonna give you 2 things. So if I look at someone as my mentor, like someone like a David Shands, and I want to build a relationship with him, I'm going to build a relationship with him. What's going on, Chantel? I'm going to build a relationship with David Shands by showing what type of value I could add to whatever it is that he is engaging in. What I want to do is I want to show the value that I can add in order to build that relationship successfully. Meaning, if I know, so I recently saw him posting about some stuff, and I sent him a DM, and I was like, "Yo, bro, man, I would love to help you get into some juvenile detention centers down in Atlanta, man. Yeah, I think it would be mutually beneficial for you and I to, do some work. And I think what I can do is you don't have to do anything. You just have to show up and do the work. I'm not in Atlanta. So what I would do is I would make the phone calls. I would do everything. And I would just, coordinate with you or your assistant. And I would just book some speaking engagements for you. What do you think about that? And so, we got on a phone call and we were able to, build that relationship. And so that's one of the things that I'm helping them with. I learned from a couple of different books. Okay. I learned from a couple of different books the importance and the value of building great relationships. How to build great relationships. One of the books that I read from was How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you've never read this book, this is definitely a book that you want to get. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Is that it? Hold on. Let me. Yep. Dale Carnegie. How to Win Friends and Influence People. And one of the things that he taught in that book was that if you inquire with other people about whatever it is that they're interested in, it's easier for you to build relationships with them. So when I would have to go to certain places and I would have to sell people on certain things, I would look around and I would try to find some sort of connection point that I can make between them and myself. Okay. So that's number one. What I learned from neuro-linguistic programming, I learned that once you get people talking, the best thing that you can do is to keep them talking, because people love to talk about themselves. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all so much. Don't forget to drop them gifts as well. People love talking about themselves. And the more you can get people to talk about themselves, the more people will think and believe that the conversation was absolutely amazing. Like, you ever been in a conversation where you let somebody completely talk about themselves and, thank you so much, elevated me. Thank you so much for the gifts. You let them pretty much run the whole conversation because you just asked questions. And what happened was they left the conversation saying, man, that was a great conversation, but you really didn't say anything. It's because they spent the whole time talking about themselves. And what I learned is that people love to talk about themselves. What do you know more than you know yourself? I mean, truthfully, what do you know more than you? You love talking about yourself. You love talking about what it is that you do. And I learned a couple of key phrases from neuro-linguistic programming, and I'm going to give them to y'all. One of the key phrases that I learned about how to keep people talking is tell me more about that. Because usually they'll say, oh, well, I'm a coach. Tell me more about that. Oh, you are? Tell me more about that. Yo, tell me more about that is one of the most powerful networking statements that you could ever make. Jesus, y'all. I hope YouTube gonna take this out. Tell me more about that. I need some tea. Can you make me some hot tea, please? My goodness. Stuck in my throat. Oh my God, I'm about to die online. I just got a tickle in my throat. That won't come out. Tell me more about that. What's going on, Jaden? Tell me more about that as one of the most powerful statements that you could ever make, because people want to share more in the beginning of an interaction, but they don't know how much you want them to share. And if you want people to share more, you got to say, tell me more about that. And people will usually tell you more about that. Here's some things that you can do if you ever go to a networking event or something like that. Don't forget to thank them. Hey, Dooley with the badge. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. But so look, here's an easy icebreaker. Like, you ever go to a networking event and you don't know what to do or what to say, or like, most people are scared to go to networking events because they don't know how to start a conversation. Most people are afraid to go to networking events because they don't know how to start a conversation. Here's how you start a conversation. Number one, give a person a compliment. Man, I like that shirt that you got on right there, right? Like if you can easily just give someone a compliment, it literally takes the tension down. And here's the thing. If they're at a networking event, chances are they're there to build relationships anyway. So they want people to talk to them. So if you want to break the ice with anybody, one of the things that you can do is just pay them a compliment. That's number one. Number two, what you can do is you can ask, what brought you here this evening? Or what brought you here today? Or why did you come to this event? Why did you come to this event? Those are easy ways for you to break the ice and actually start a conversation. Y'all, we can't be afraid to have conversations with people when we're out in public, when we're out. We can't be afraid to have those conversations, and we can't be afraid to start those conversations, y'all. I've built a lot because I've maintained great relationships. And even when I'm doing business with people, it's important to maintain a great relationship. What I've noticed that a lot of entrepreneurs would do is they'll sell somebody something, and then the people you won't ever hear from that person ever again. You won't ever hear from that person ever again because you won't ever reach out to that person ever again. When you're building relationships, hey, Auntie, thank you so much for the badges. I appreciate it. We got to build relationships with people, and we got to maintain that relationship. So if you have a business and you do business with someone, 30 days after you've done business with that person, send them a message or send them a gift, right? So like if someone books me for speaking, 30 days after, I'm going to send them a gift. 30 days after, I'm going to send them a gift. Now, if I do a service for you, like, let's just say a massage or something like that, I'm just going to send you a message that just says, thank you so much for supporting. Here's 20% off. Here's, 30% off or something like that. Whatever it is, right? We want to make sure that we are building lasting relationships, okay? Millionaires become millionaires by getting repeat and referral business. What type of gift? Oh, what type of gift? Easy. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Go to Bath and Body Works and just buy them a candle and send them a candle. right? Send them on Canva. You can send them a little coffee mug. It costs like $11, right? It costs like $11. You can send them a little coffee mug or something like that. You can send them a card, and you can just write and sign in a card. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure working with you. If you have any future needs, I would love to continue to build on that. In business, what I do is I make sure that I keep relationships, right? For my business, what I would do, I send them a shirt. So after 30 days, I'm gonna send them I send them a poster, and then after 6 months, I'm gonna either send them a shirt or I'm gonna send them a mug. I'm gonna send them a shirt or I'm gonna send them a mug. So something small like that doesn't have to be anything extravagant. But you can send it, right? But the more they spend, the bigger the gift that I would send. You know what I'm saying? I would send somebody like a diffuser, the essential oils diffuser and stuff like that. Put this up in your office, you know what I'm saying? Make it smell real nice. You know what I'm saying? Do a little something like that. That's it. We got to build lasting relationships. People want to know you care about them more than just the money that they spent. People need to know how much you care about them. And so what I do is I use my CRM, and my CRM tells me essentially where everybody is in terms of like the status of like, am I in the 30 days, or I'm in the 6, or am I in the 6 months? So we got to build healthy relationships, y'all. Relationships are going to be the thing that is going to help you propel and accelerate your life to a whole nother level, man. And be authentic. Don't go into any type of relationship trying to get people to, believe that you are someone that you're not. Be yourself. People can spot you when you're not being authentic. People can spot fake. Like some people go, man, I think I just got one over on them. No, you didn't. You only played yourself in that moment. I promise you only played yourself in that moment. Stop playing yourself. Stop playing yourself and build excellent relationships, y'all. When you want to build excellent relationships, you can go to Eventbrite. Go to Eventbrite today. I want to challenge you, as a matter of fact. I want to challenge you. Here's a challenge that I have for you. I want you to go on Eventbrite, and I'm about to do it right now as well. I want you to go on Eventbrite, and I want you to type in networking. Networking event near you. I want you to type in a networking event near you. All right. Let's see. Is there a networking event near me today? Women in business networking. Oh man, is this only for women, or can guys come to this? Man, you feel me? Kenilworth. Is this, let me see, DC chapter, women entrepreneur networking event. Dang, man. They just, dang, man. Nah, I can't go to that one. That looks like heavily women. Let me see. Sisterhood empowering women to fulfill purpose. Oh my goodness. It's all women's events, yo. The men don't get together. Men get together to hoop, and that's it. Men get together to hoop. That's it. Let me see. Health and Wealth Expo. No, I want something today, man. All right. Let me see if there's any entrepreneur events today. Any entrepreneur events happening today? Become the face of your brand. Nah, I want today, man. Baltimore entrepreneurs, what businesses are easy to start for your situation? Nah, I ain't trying to go to that. Black Blockchain Summit. I'm looking for an event, y'all. I'm trying to look for an event to go to. Girl Live Experience. Man, they always got it just be for women. It just be for women, yo. Let me try tomorrow. See if somebody got an event tomorrow. Entrepreneurs and business owners networking tomorrow at 10 a.m. God dang it. I will be somewhere already. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm not going to be able to be at that one. Calverton. And I pretty much already know what that is. Phone consultation, entrepreneur event, business day, Maryland Disrupt, and Connect Educator, Network, and Social. These are events that you know about. I'm about to take a screenshot of that. Absolutely. Register for it. I want you to register for the event, and then I want you to go to the event, and I want you to practice making good relationships. Entrepreneur coaching session in Alexandria, Saturday, September the 21st. How to get started, replace your six-figure corporate salary, coming up with the right business idea. Who is this? Listen, we are real time. So look, if you want, they were on Eventbrite. If you want, what you can do is you can go to YouTube, and you'll actually be able to see what I'm doing in real time on the computer. You'll be able to see what I'm doing in real time on the computer. God, dog, they got this person be doing events. You say they're on Eventbrite. What did you type in to find it? I typed in entrepreneur. I typed in networking, how to make six figures as a coach or a consultant. Tomorrow. What did you type in to find it, man? Let me see, man. Startup Marketing 101. Promoted Mind and Body Entrepreneurial Festival. Nah, man, today. I want something today. Can I get what should I do? Let me try Laurel. Maybe something's in Laurel. And can I get a hot tub, please? Today. Mocktails and meaningful conversations. Okay. Friday, September the 20th. It'd be looking heavy on the women, man. And that space looks way too intimate. That space looked way too intimate. I don't know about that one. What's up? So we're looking for an event to go to today for entrepreneurs. All right, that was page 1. Let's go to page 2. Sometimes page 2. Sometimes page 2 be having some stuff. Arise and Thrive Pod Space exhibit today at 9 a.m. A podcast space exhibit. She way out in Rockville. My Lord. Way out in Rockville. Yes. So what I want you to do. All right. So I can't find anything. But listen. Relationships are super, super important. Relationships are extremely valuable. All right. So, in order to build those relationships, go to a networking event, pay someone a compliment, ask someone what brought you here today. And then once they tell you what brought them here, you want to say, tell me more about that. Right. Or you can ask someone, well, tell me what it is that you do. Once they tell you what they do, the next thing that you want to say after they ask you, what do? You want to say, well, I'm a blah, 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 blah. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about what you do. Right? Be genuinely curious about what other people have going on, and you will see that you will be able to build lasting relationships. Y'all remember, with the Clydesdale horses, we can go further together than we could alone. All right. She got Backpack Man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much, everybody that bought the gifts and bought the badges, man. Y'all are absolutely amazing. I greatly, greatly appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next Friday. I think I'm gonna do this every Friday at 12 noon. I'm gonna jump on here, man, and I'm gonna do a Faith Focus Finish Fridays. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the love. I will see y'all next time. I'm gonna keep looking for an event, and if I find one, I'm definitely gonna post about it. I appreciate y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
Saving my life, Mr. Spider-Man, but you're not the first. Who do you serve? You know Jesus. I only asked you, wait, where we going? That was my house to the right. I only asked you because you have a special anointing on your life, a calling. You okay? I feel like he wants me to let you know.
I like that shirt, man. You look so good on that camera. Like, them your colors right there. It's like, you just stood out nice and oiled up. Just look good.
Yeah, how much you need? Huh? How much did you need? All right. You want Zelle? At the house. All right.